Try another version of the Flashback Stonefly. Rather than a dubbed body, this time I'm going to use a Marabou body. I'll still use the buyouts for the tail. I'll use the Marabou for the main body. Again, I'll be tying on a 1530 size 6. This is a nice heavy hook, good and sharp. Makes a great steelhead fly with that hook. $12 or so wraps of lead. And those hooks, I don't like tying on light hooks unless I know I'm going to be catching small fish, or if I'm going to be, unless it's a dry fly. You know, there's nothing more aggravating than hooking a big fish and then losing it because your hook bends. So try to avoid using low quality hooks. If you buy them in bulk, or at least buy 100 packs, you know, they're really not that bad. It's hard to find them, the 100 packs online. Those, you can find them here and there online, but I just called the local fly shop and asked him if he could order them for me. He had them in there within a week, and didn't cost me any more than ordering them online anywhere. So, okay, do a little ball of dubbing on the back. That's plenty. You can do, doesn't need really quite that much actually, but what that does is, one thing it helps do is when you tighten down the thread on your buyout tail, the buyouts won't want to spin around so bad on the hook, and it kind of spreads them out and makes them look nice. Again, you want the buyouts roughly half the shank length of your hook. Doesn't have to be exact, but somewhere in that range. I go ahead and wrap it right over the lead. Tie in your tippet material. This is 7X. You can use anything as coarse as 3X. I like the finer stuff a little bit better. I think it stays tight in better. Now some Flashback. This is a pearl lateral scale. Okay, and then we're going to take our Marabou. We're just going to pull it till we get to the tip. And we'll go ahead and tie it in by that tip. And with this, I'm not going to do 2 sections on the front of the body. I'm just going to do 1 because it simplifies things a little bit. So we're going to go a little bit further forward than I would on the other ones, than I would on the dubbed body. So twist up the Marabou and then just begin wrapping it forward. And it makes a really nice tapered body. And if you want something that looks like gills, there's nothing better than Marabou. It's got it breathes a lot and moves a lot in the water. It's a nice product. Alright, go ahead and cut the excess off there. Take a couple extra wraps just to make sure that Marabou's tied down good. And pull your Flashback over the back of the fly there. About 3 wraps or 4. 3 is probably plenty. and then wrap your monofilament the opposite direction that you wrapped the Marabou. It'll help make it a little bit more durable. I've never really had any problems with the Marabou though. As a body, haven't had it break too much, so holds up a lot better than Peacock, that's for sure. Okay. Now, we're going to go ahead and tie in our legs. Just go for an approximate length at this point and trim them down a little bit more as we go at the end. Take a couple of wraps. Now, you're going to take this piece of Marabou that we cut off, and again we're going to line up the tips and tie it in just by those tips. Watch your leg, your rubber legs here. I've accidentally cut them off in there before. Twist your Marabou up. It just depends on how much bulk you want. You could take another wrap if you wanted to. If you want that front end to be pretty bulky. If not, go ahead and finish it off there. There's a little more messing around with this part with the Marabou, but you also don't have as much time putting it on to begin with, so it's probably still a little bit faster than a dubbed body. Alright, I'm going to take a thin skin. Don't know if it's really necessary or not, but it looks good, so tie in a little piece of thin skin right there. A few wraps. And go ahead and whip finish. Alright, and again, you can leave the legs as long as you want. I usually end up cutting them a little bit shorter than I meant to, so then I have to cut the rest of them short. But something like that. Little head cement. But it makes a great looking body. Definitely breathes in the water.